Hi children, welcome to another math class. Are you all ready to learn about division today? That's right, you've seen multiplication in your previous chapter, and today we are going to learn about division. You can find it in your Learning Ladders all-in-one textbook. So I hope you have your book with you, you have your textbook with you, you also have another notebook for you to practice. And I want you to concentrate and focus on what I'm telling you, because when you watch this video, you'll be able to understand how to do division of any number. Alright? Remember what was multiplication? Multiplication was nothing but repeated addition. When you have so many things to add, and it will be very difficult for you to add when you have so many groups. So what helps is multiplying. In the same way, division is repeated subtraction. Alright? When you have such a big quantity, when you want to find out for one quantity or for one group, you do division. When so many things are given, when you want to find out for one group or one quantity, you will be able to use division. Division is nothing but repeated subtraction, and this is the symbol for division. You already seen it earlier, but I'm showing it to you so that you will quickly remember what the symbol for division is and how we can actually solve division problems. So let's get started. So let's observe and learn the following. 75 divided by 5 is equal to 15. This is how you write a division equation. Now, this 75 is called dividend. 5 is your divisor and 15 is your quotient. Okay? And if you do the division, which I am going to teach you soon how to do it, this is how the division is done. So here you can see that this is your quotient, 15 is your quotient, 75 is your dividend, 5 is your divisor, and 0 here is your remainder. These are some of the terms that you need to learn when it comes to division. We have divisor, dividend, quotient, and remainder. Alright, now let's see how we can actually solve division problems. There are two methods. So let's look at method 1. Now, how do you divide 6 by 3? 6 divided by 3 using method 1. So this is, so if you have to divide 6 by 3, that means there are 6 things. Let's draw 6 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now these 6, let's say these are 6 balls. These 6 balls need to be divided, okay, into 3 each. Let's put them into groups of 3. 3 and 3. As you can see, now you have divided the 6 into 3 each. So tell me how many groups are there. This is one group and this is the second group. So there are 2. The answer is 2. This is how you can solve division by first method. Alright, let's take another example. Divide 12 by 5. 12 divided by 5. How do we do this? Again, let's take 12 balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright? Now how many needs to be there in each group? That's right, 5, because there is 5. You're dividing 12 by 5. So let's group 5 into one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 here. Okay. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 more here. And we have only 2 that is remaining. So what is the answer? How many groups are there? We have 1 and 2 groups. So the answer is 2 with and the remaining is, or the remainder is 2. Alright, so we found out that 12 can be grouped into 5 each in 2 groups. We got 1 and 2, and 2 is the remainder. Now this is method 1. The problem with this method is when you have bigger numbers, it's going to be difficult for you to represent it by now so many balls. You cannot draw 100 balls or 50 balls and then group them. That is where method 2 comes handy. Alright, let's look at method 2. Method 2 is using multiplication tables. All of you know the tables, so you have to be really good at tables to do this method. Okay, let's take an example. Let's divide 12 divided by 4. How do we do this? Using method 2. So here is what we do. We put 12 here and we divide it by 4. Alright, remember, what is 12? Is it your quotient? Is it your divisor? It's your dividend. Very good. And what is 4? That's right, it's your divisor. Okay, so we put the divisor here and we write the dividend here. And now we need to see, now this is how we work. 4 into what is 12? So you need to know the tables of 4. Let's write it. 4 into 1 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. And 4 into 3 is 12. As you can see, 4 into 3 is 12. That is what we want. So we write 3 here, the quotient, as a quotient, and we put 12 here. So you have 4 into 3 is 12. Alright, then you do the subtraction. 12 minus 12, you get the answer as 0. Therefore, the answer is 12 divided by 4 is 3, with the remainder 0. This is how you can solve division using tables. We use the table of 4 here. Here's another example. 15 divided by 2. How do you divide 15 by 2? Alright, so let's go ahead and do it in your book. Yes, we write the dividend here, which is 15. We write the divisor, which is 2 here. And which table do we need to use for working? That's right, the table of 2. So 2 into what is 15, or 2 into what is closest to 15. Let's have a look at it. Come on, let's write the table of 2. 2 into 1 is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. And 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 4 is 8. 2 into 5 is 10. 2 into 6 is 12. 2 into 7 is 14. We're getting close. 2 into 8 is 16, right? As you can see, 15 is not there in 2's table, okay? But we can see that 15 is in between these two. 2 into 7 and 2 into 8, alright? So we need to take the number that is closest to 15 but less than 15. We cannot take 16 because it is more than 15. So what is that which is closest to 15? That's right, it's 14. 2 into 7 is 14, sorry. So let's write 2 into 7 as 14. We're going to take this. 2 into 7 as 14. That's it. Now you do 15 minus 14. That gives you 1. That's your remainder. Therefore, 15 divided by 2 is, write the quotient here, which is 7. And the remainder R is 1. This is your remainder. Alright. So this is how you can do division using tables, and this is the most commonly used method. So you have to be good at this method. Alright. Now let's see the relation between multiplication and division. We've seen multiplication in our previous chapter and now we are learning division. Is there a relationship between multiplication and division? Consider this. 6 divided by 3 is 2. We know that. We also know that 2 into 3. What is 2 into 3? Is 6. Alright. How about this? 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 3 into 2 is also 6. Alright. Now from these two statements, can you observe anything? That's right. Here is the relationship. Division is the inverse of multiplication. Alright. That's one thing. Alright. That means you see 6 divided by 3 is 2. So 2 into 3 is 6. Alright, 6 divided by 2 is 3. That means 3 into 2 is 6. So division is nothing but the inverse of multiplication. Now, if I tell you this, 5 into 2 is 10. How can you write this as division? Correct? Just do the inverse. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Perfect. Or you can also write it as 10 divided by 5 is 2. Alright, so you can either take 5 that side as division, or you can take 2 that side. When the multiplication goes to the other side, it becomes division. That means division is nothing but the inverse of multiplication. Now, do another thing. 3 into 4 is 12, right? How do you write this as a division statement? Right, 12 divided by 3 is 4. Perfect. And 12 divided by 4 is also 3. You can either take 3 that side, it becomes division, or you can take 4 that side, it goes as a division. Alright? Alright, so this is the expression that you need to remember. Remember, dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder. What does a remainder indicate? Alright, we've seen some places we've got remainder 0, some places we are not getting 0, but what exactly does this remainder indicate? Let's take an example. If you have to do 24 divided by 3, okay, how do we do this? We write 24, 3 into what is 24? 3 into 8, correct, is 24, and here you get the remainder as 0. Whereas if you take 24 divided by 5, let's do that. 5 into what is 24? We know 5 into 5 is 25, but 25 is more than 24, so we don't take 5 into 5. We go to the previous number, that is 5 into 4, which is 20. So 24 minus 4. 4 is your remainder here. Alright? Now, please note that when the remainder is 0, we say that the dividend, that is 24, is exactly divisible by the divisor, that is 3. So we can say 24 is exactly divisible by 3 if the remainder is 0. Alright? Now, when there is a remainder, that means if the remainder is not 0, as in this case, we say that the dividend is not exactly divisible by the divisor. So in this case, 24 is not exactly divisible by 5 because we have a remainder which is not 0, which is other than 0. So this is the significance of remainder. This is what a remainder indicates. Alright. Now, 84 divided by 2. Now I want you to find out what the dividend, divisor, quotient and remainder is for this. How do we do that? That's it. Do the process. 2 into what is 8? Alright, first we take 8. 2 into what is 8? 2 into 4 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Bring the 4 down. Then 2 into what is 4? 2 into 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Alright, now what is the dividend here? Tell me, what is the dividend? From this thing, what is the dividend? Perfect, it is 84. Very good. And what about the divisor? It is 2. Very good. And what's your quotient here? 42. That's right. This is your quotient, 42. And how about your remainder? What did you get the remainder as? 0. That's it. So this is how you can find dividend, divisor, quotient, remainder for a division expression. Okay, now let's look at division of 2-digit, 3-digit and 4-digit numbers by a single digit number. Alright? Alright, here's an example. 4832 divided by 4. As you can see, this is a 4-digit number and it's being divided by a single digit number. 4-digit number, single digit number. Now, how do we do this? Alright, so let's do the regular division. How we using tables, method 2. So you write the dividend here, 4832. You write the divisor here. And now let's go ahead and do it. 4 into what is 4? 4 into 1. Perfect. 4 minus 4 is 0. Then you bring the 8 down. 4 into what is 8? 4 into 2. That's right. 8. So again 8 minus 8 is 0. Now you can bring the 3 down. Alright. So 4 into what is 3? 4 into 1 is 4, right? It's more than 3. So you cannot take that. So you should write 4 into 0. Anything 4 multiplied with 0 is 0. Correct? So 3 minus 0 is 3. And now you can bring the 2 down. 4 into what is 32? Remember, 4 sevens is 28. And 4 eights is 32. Excellent. 4 eights are 32. And you get the remainder as 0. Alright. So this is your remainder. This is your quotient. Alright. This is your dividend. And this is your divisor. So the answer for 4832 divided by 4 is 1208, which is your quotient. Okay. Alright. Now you can do a checking to see if what you have done is correct. How do we do the checking? So checking, remember the formula we got when we were looking at the relationship between multiplication and division. What is it? Dividend, come on, is equal to divisor into quotient, plus remainder. Very good. So we can use this equation or this formula to do the checking. So let's do it. So let's solve this. Divisor into quotient. What is divisor? 4. That's right. We got the divisor as 4. See? And quotient is 1208. So 4 into 1208 is divisor into quotient. Now I'm going to write plus. And what is remainder? 0 plus 0. Let's solve this. 1208 into 4. How do we do that? 1208 into 4. You learned multiplication in your previous chapter. So let's do that. 8 into 4, 32. 3 gets carried over. 4 into 0 is 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 4 into 2 is 8. And 4 into 1 is 4. So it's 4832 plus 0, which is nothing but 4832. Now let's see what is the dividend. On this side you got 4832. What about on the other side? Dividend. Yes, dividend is also 4832. So we can confirm that this is actually dividend. So we know that the answer is correct. This is how you can check. Okay, here's another example. How do you do this? 379 divided by 2. Alright. Again, you can see it's the division of a 3-digit number by a single-digit number. We are looking at right now only division by a single-digit number. So let's do method 2. 379. Your divisor comes here. Alright. Let's do that. 2 into what is 3? 2 into 1 is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. So you cannot take that because it's 4 is greater than 3. So 2 into 1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring your 7 down. 17. 2 into 8 is 16. Alright. What about 2 into 9? Is 18. 18 is more than 17. So we don't take that. So we take 2 into 8 is 16. 2 into 8 is 16. Again 17 minus 16 is 1 and bring your 9 down. Again 2 into 9 is 18 and 2 into 10 is 20. Alright. So as you can see 19 is in between these two. We cannot take 20 because it is more than 19. So we take 18. That means 2 into 9 is 18. And your remainder is 1. As you can see in this problem, the remainder is not 0. It is 1. That means 379 is not exactly divisible by 2. Alright, because you got the remainder as 1. Okay. Now let's do the checking to see if what we have done is correct. Remember the formula? Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Alright. So what is the divisor? 4. Sorry, not 4. What's the divisor? 2, right? 2 into quotient. What's the quotient? We got the answer as 189. That's your quotient. 189. And what's your remainder plus? Remainder is 1. Now let's see if this is actually equal to dividend. Okay. So 189 into 2. What is 189 into 2? 189 into 2 will be 9 2s are 18. 8 2s are 16 plus 1 17. 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3. 378 plus 1. That is 379. Is 379 your dividend? Let's check. Yes, we got 379, which is your dividend. Correct? So the answer is correct. This is how you can do the checking as well. Okay, let's look at some of the properties of division. Here's your first property. When a number other than 0 is divided by itself, the quotient is 1. When a number other than 0 is divided by itself, the quotient is 1. What do I mean by that? Let's take an example. 8 divided by 8. So here you can see when a number other than 0, that is 8, is divided by itself. 8 is divided by 8. The answer is 1. Okay, how do we did this? How did we do this? Do the method 8 into what is 8? 8 ones are 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. So you can see 8 divided by 8 is 1. So what is 25 divided by 25? 1. Good. 7 divided by 7? 1. 1000 divided by 1000? 1. Cool, right? Remember, 0 divided by 0 is not defined. This is not defined. That's why we say that when a number other than 0 is divided by itself, the quotient is always 1. This is your first property. Here's your second property. When a number is divided by 1, the quotient is the number itself. Okay? Take an example. 3. When a number is divided by 1, what is the quotient? The number itself, 3 itself. Okay? 3 divided by 1. 1 into what is 3? 1 into 3 is 3. 3 minus 0. So the answer, the quotient is 3 itself. Alright? Again, when a number is divided by 1, the quotient is the number itself. 42 divided by 1. What do you think is the answer? 42. Perfect. 1364 divided by 1. What do you think is the answer? 1364. Very good. Here's your third property. When we divide 0 by any number other than 0, the quotient is 0. 0 divided by any number other than 0. Let's take an example of 7. 0 divided by 7 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. 0 divided by 13 is 0. How did we do that? Let's take an example. 13 and 0. 13 into what is 0? 13 into 0 is 0. So the answer is 0. So when we divide 0 by any number other than 0, the quotient is 0 itself. Alright, now let's look at division by 10, 100 and 1000. Remember, we did multiplication by 10, 100 and 1000 and it was easy. The same way, when you divide a number by 10, 100 and 1000, it's easy. How do we do that? First, when we divide a number by 10, the digit in the ones place is the remainder and the remaining digits form the quotient. That's it. Let's take an example. 35 divided by 10. Here we see we're looking at division by 10. Alright, let's do the division. 10, 35. 10 into what is 35? 10 into 3 is 30. You know that. 10 into 4 is 40. So 35 is somewhere in between this. We don't take 40 because it is more than 35. So we go with 30. 10 3s are 30. And the remainder is 5. Alright. Now, what is the digit in the ones place? It's 5. Correct? That is why we can say that the remainder is 5. What about the quotient? 3, which is the remaining digits. Alright? That is your quotient. 3. So, when we divide a number by 10, the digit in the ones place, that is 5, becomes your remainder. The digit in the ones place becomes your remainder. and the remaining digits, here we have only 1 as the remaining digits, there is 3, that becomes your quotient. This is your quotient, this is your remainder. Simple as that. Here's another example. Tell me 350 divided by 10. Without doing the division, can you tell me what is the remainder? That's right, because it is divided by 10, the digit in the ones place. What is the digit in the ones place? 0. This is your remainder. Perfect. And the remaining digits, how many digits are there? 2 more. That becomes your quotient. Excellent. So this is your remainder, this is your quotient. You want to check it? Let's do the division. 350 divided by 10. Let's take 35 because 3 is too small. You can take 35. 10 into 3 is 30. We can't take 10 into 4 because it is more than 35. So 10 3s are 30. 35 minus 30 is 5. Bring your 0 down. 10 into 5 is 50. Here's the answer. So what's your remainder? 0. We said that. And what's your quotient? 35. We got that. Easy, right? Now, I want you to try this. Quickly tell me what is the quotient and what is the remainder. The number 3516 is divided by 10. So, what's your remainder? Perfect. 6. The digit in the ones place. And the remaining digits, that is 351, is your quotient. Perfect. Okay. When we divide a number by 100, the digits in the tens and ones place becomes the remainder. The remaining digits form the quotient. Alright? Let's take an example. 350 divided by 100. As you can see, we are dividing a number by 100. Alright? How do we do this? 350. 100 into 3 is 300. Alright? 350 minus 300 is 50. Alright? As you can see, this is your quotient and this is your remainder. Alright? Now, when a number is divided by 100, the digits in the tens place and ones place, that means this is your tens place and this is your ones place, that becomes your remainder. See, we got the remainder as 50 and this is 50. And the remaining digits becomes your quotient. So what's the remaining digit? 3. That becomes your quotient. You see, we got 3 as a quotient. This is how you can do division by 100 without actually doing the process. Let's do this. 3516 divided by 100. Come on, tell me what the remainder and quotient is. When number is divided by 100, what happens? The digit in the tens place and ones place, these 2 digits, that's your remainder. And the remaining digits, that is 35, becomes your quotient. Superb. Okay, what about this? 13210 divided by 100. Tens place and ones place, that becomes your remainder. 132, the remaining digits becomes your quotient. Alright, so when a number is divided by 10, you have to look at only ones place, because that ones place becomes your remainder, the remaining digits becomes your quotient. Whereas when a number is divided by 100, you have to look at both tens and ones place. Those two together becomes your remainder and the remaining digits becomes your quotient. Now let's see what happens when we divide a number by 1000. When we divide a number by 1000, the digits in the hundreds, tens and ones becomes the remainder. That means 3 digits. The hundreds, tens and ones becomes the remainder. The remaining digits form the quotient. What do I mean by that? 735 divided by 1000. Alright. So according to this, when a number is divided by 1000, the digits in the hundreds, tens and ones. So hundreds, tens and ones. This is your remainder. And the remaining digits form the quotient. So what's your quotient? There's nothing here, right? So that means quotient is 0. Perfect. How about this? 2563 divided by 1000. Hundreds, tens and ones place. Those 3 become 563 is your remainder. The remaining digits, that is 2, is your quotient. Now try this. 17651 divided by 1000. Hundreds place, tens place and ones place. These 3 becomes your remainder. So 651 is your remainder and remaining digits 17 is your quotient. Okay, now let's see how we can do division by 2-digit numbers. Okay, the method for division by single digit and 2 digits is exactly the same. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's take the example. 378 divided by 11. As you can see, 11 is a 2-digit number. So how do we do this? Same method. 11, 378. Now, we don't take 3 because 3 is smaller than 11. So we need to take both the digits, 37. Alright? It needs to be more than 11. Now 11 into what is 37? Correct? Let's see. 11 into 3 is 33. 11 into 4 is 44. So 37 is somewhere in between, right? We cannot take 44 because it is more than 37. So we go with 33. 11 3s are 33. 37 minus 33 is 4. Bring your 8 down. What is 11 into 4 is 44. 11 into 5 is 55. Again, we cannot take 55 because 48 is less than 55. So we go with 11 4s are. 4s are 44. 48 minus 44 is 4. So we get the answer as 34. So from here we can see that the quotient is 34, this one, and the remainder is 4. As you can see, the method is the same for single digit or for 2 digits. Now I want you to try this. 3, 4, 2, 9 divided by 12. What's the answer? Let's do the division. 3, 4, 2, 9. 12, 34. 12 into 2 is 24. 12 into 3 is 36. We cannot take 36 because it is more than 34. So we go with 12 into 2. That is 24. 34 minus 24 is 10. We bring 2 down. 12 into what is 102? If you go on, you will find that 12 into 8 is 96. Alright? And 12 into 9 is 108. You cannot take 108 because it is more than 102. So we go with 96. Alright? So 12 into 8 is 96. 102 minus 96 is 6. We bring the last digit 9 down. 12 into what is 69. Alright? So we see somewhere here, if you see, you will get 12 into 5 is 60 and 12 into 6 is 72. We cannot take 72 because it is more than 69. So we go with 12 into 5, which is 60. 69 minus 60 is 9. So your remainder is 9 and the quotient is 285. Okay. So 3429 divided by 12 is 285 with the remainder as 9. Alright, now let's see word problems. How do we use division in word problems? Here's your first question. The cost of one notebook is 8 rupees. How many notebooks can we buy with 496 rupees? Alright, so to find the number of notebooks, we need to divide the total cost by the cost of each notebook. So what have they said? They have said that one notebook, cost of one notebook, NB's notebook is 8 rupees. Alright? They are saying for 496 rupees, how many notebooks can you buy? Alright? So, number of notebooks we get for 496 rupees is 496 rupees divided by 8. How did I get this? Because we divided the total cost, that is 496, with the cost of each book, that is 8. This is how you can get the total number of books. So total cost divided by the cost of each notebook. Alright. So 496 divided by 8. If you do that, you get it as 496. 8 into what is 49? 8 6 are 48. That's the number closest to that. 49 minus 48 is 1. bring 6 down, 8 into 2 is 16. 16 minus 16 is 0. So the answer is 62. Alright, so how many notebooks can you buy for 496 rupees? You can buy 62 notebooks. Here's another word problem. A book has 576 pages. A person reads 12 pages each day. In how many days can he complete the entire book? Alright. So, total pages. What are the total number of pages in the book? 576. Okay. And they said a person reads each day. Each day, a person reads how many pages? 12 pages. Okay. Now, they're asking you to find the number of days in which the person can complete the book. Okay. So, complete the book. Complete the book in how many days? Okay. How do we do this? So, in total pages are 576. Each day he is reading 12. Okay. So, how many days will you need to complete the book? That's right. You just have to take the total number of pages and you have to divide it with the each day. How many pages he reads. Remember, total by each day. That's how you get the total number of days needed to complete the book. So, this is 576 divided by 12. That means 576, 12. 12 into what is 57? 12. 5s is 60. It's more than 57, so we don't take that. So we do 12 into 4, which is 48. 4, 48. 57 minus 48 is 9. Bring your 6 down. 12 into 8 is 96. So the answer is 48. That means the person needs 48 days to complete the entire book. If he reads 12 pages per day, he'll be able to complete the entire book in 48 days. What did we do? We took the total number of pages and we divided it by the pages he reads per day. Okay, that's how you get the total number of days. Alright then, I hope you have understood what division is. You have learned quite a few things today. So the only way that you can actually remember everything and get good at it is by practicing. That's right. So to help you practice, we have given a lot of questions in your textbook. At the end of each concept and at the end of the chapter, there are quite a few questions there given for you to practice. So please take time to practice as many questions as possible. Watch the video again or ask your parents or your teacher for help if needed. But make sure that you practice and get really good at division. Alright, I hope you learned a lot and I hope you're going to have a great time of practicing. Happy learning and see you soon.